back to another episode. We are off-site, away from the shop, vehicle exclusive today. The whole time we're going to be going over this build that's been with us for quite a while. You might recognize it from an earlier episode where we showcased it as a for sale vehicle. It did sell. I worked with a customer and we collaborated on the design the way it is. It has a DDE influenced interior, so you'll check that out soon. Exterior is rather tame. This is his winter rig. It's going to go to a snowbound vacation home, so it has some of those details, some things to keep him safe on the road, and just a great overall practical build, which I like. Practicality, function, all of that. Granted, it does have that Duramax engine that we always tout, and rightfully so, being that it's such a great, valid upgrade. We'll get into the interior soon enough. So let's do some walk around, show you some of the small details that took it away from that stock H1 to what it is now. This could be an AM General 2020 Alpha, or the H1 if they were still in business. I think this would be something that they'd be proud of. It does have our Alpha interior, which again, we're going to touch on soon. And it has clean lines from the exterior, nothing too over the top. Kind of reminiscent of the factory equipment that was on the standard H1. Starting of which would be the bumper plate. You know, we retained that worn 12K winch, which is ironically the size of the new 16.5s, but we powder coated that bumper plate, so it has that nice look. It has the same finish of our D-ring brush guard, which ties into our airlift hooks, and we have a unique kind of a trimmed down version of our airlift hook gasket on here, where it's just the silhouette of the hole. These are nice if you have the airlift hooks or not. If you have the factory hoops, it just gives it a little bit more of a trim. So I've always felt that opening just is kind of unfinished on the hood. So this is a way to do a nice treatment here without getting that bigger airlift hook plate that's on that. Light bar obviously is something that I put on all the trucks. I just think it's a great fit. It finishes off the windshield. They look kind of naked without, in my honest opinion. So this is an awesome product. He wanted some unique lights in the front. These are actually the Radiance by Rigid. They are backlit in amber. So when we go ahead and turn on our running lights, these are going to be backlit in amber. He has a matching set of 4 in the back that we'll get to shortly that are backlit in red. So you get the theme here. It's just an enhancement of the factory marker lights that are our clearance lights that are on the vehicle. We do have our battery tender hook up here, which is a plug and play, walk up with an extension cord, plug in, your batteries maintain, preserving that investment there and that turnkey readiness that it is. We did our steps because it has a little bit of a lift. This has a 3-inch body lift over our standard 2-inch for the Duramax swap that's under the hood. The 3-inch was part of the existing build that was on this truck when we sourced this one and its sister vehicle, which you'll soon see in upcoming episodes, that's getting wrapped up now. Drop down steps are great. You know, this is a family vehicle. You'll see we have 6 seats in here, but very different than a typical 6-person seating. So this step alone is going to help everyone climb in with other ski boots or snowboard boots or whatever it is they have with them. To keep with the theme of this truck being a practical, almost a service vehicle, this is his adventure vehicle. It's going to be going to his vacation home. We have a search and rescue roof rack on here that we are going to probably, and we're in discussion right now of figuring out the type of layout he wants for his snowboards and skis and everything else he's going to be using when he's enjoying this vehicle. Can't blow over the fact that this thing's sitting on our simulated beadlock wheels. A wheel that you can't deny is a very clean looking wheel for the Hummer platform. The offset was very thoughtfully designed to not go too far past that positive 55 of the factory offset. We're sitting at a neutral 0 offset here, so it gets a little bit of that look that I think is right, but we're not going too far out, putting added stresses on the steering and suspension components there. So we bought this vehicle and the other one that you'll see in upcoming episodes from a customer who started to do conversions, but then kind of got away from it. So he wanted to turn it loose. We went ahead and sourced it. He'd sourced a ton of Alpha gear for this, exhaust, the shifter included, which you'll see when we get inside. So coming around the back, checking out the details that we've outfitted this vehicle with was our bumper ladder system. The ladder system is great, gives you access to that, again, all important search and rescue roof rack, loading up the gear. The light bar between the 2 ladders, I believe, is a key thing. Gives you a chance to mount some lights. This particular customer, again, went with the same light setup in the front. These are Radiance. These are backlit in red. So you're going to have your running lights on. These all light up in red, as do all the rest of your clearance lights. Kind of a cool little feature. It's switched to where you can use these on a reverse and or by driver select option there too. Other than that, very tame. You know, again, we retained the factory style lighting, although going with the upgrade to the LED, leaps and bounds above better than the incandescent bulb that came from factory. As you see, being that it has the factory bumper and it has the 3-inch lift, we have a block out bar back here, typically reserved for our Cummins conversion parts, which do require a 3-inch lift to get over that taller block. The 3-inch block out bar was utilized here. All of our wiring is integrated, it's internal, you don't see it, and it sneaks past that block out bar wires up to the switch housing. I think I've kind of exhausted everything on the outside. I think we all agree, beautiful looking truck. Can't wait to show you guys the inside. Work for Jason, just sitting there. Here we are inside the cab of the truck.
Why'd you get so silent?
I'm over here twisted around trying to be filmed as you're chilling. We'll talk about those seats later and the treatment in the rear. Pretty cool concept that we worked with and got the customer really what he wanted. Alpha Dash. Again, this is one that we've done on a few trucks. Not to this level and not with this finish. Going back to what I mentioned earlier, being a 2020 AM General, if there was such a thing, I think this is what they'd put out. They're very strong with their gray. When they did release the Alpha, they had that Gen 1 with the two-tone, which really, I never really got on board with that one. I think this is something they'd be proud of. I've said that a few times. The twist that we did on this truck came from a visit with DDE. Damon and Dave came down, checking on one of their builds, and they had their F12 with them. They were poking fun, saying I would fit in that car. Any supercar would be the one. So I did it. I hopped in, and it fit. I was blown away. Great ride, great feel to it. Had warmth with all Alcantara everywhere. So I thought of this truck, being that it's a winter retreat vehicle, and wanted to incorporate that Alcantara. So we did A, B, C, D pillar from shoulder up, all in that Alcantara gray. Slight offset color to the leather everywhere else. I think it's a brilliant combo. I think it looks great. Has that warmth that I was looking for. You still have the durability of the leather on all the contact points, but you have that warm, cozy feel of that Alcantara throughout. So that's kind of the beauty in this one, I think, the uniqueness on the broad spectrum. Smaller details that went into this truck. We have a plate you see here, typical is a cup holder for the Alpha. We've got seat heaters everywhere. We've got a seat heater driver, passenger, and the 4 rear seats have seat heaters. Went ahead and hooked up a inverter, so he has his gaming center charging ports for the passengers back here, as well as the standard twin USB that you'll see throughout. God, I should open this one already. 2 there and another 2 here. So you talk about PowerPoints, this thing's got it. It is road trip ready, as Jason's enjoying there with the legs out, just reclining, loving it. Awesome truck. The customer wanted a backlit blue gauge, so we went with the Autometer Cobalt. Again, I wanted to choose this one, or I went with this one over some of the other blue lit options because of the chrome ring, chrome bezel that is reminiscent of that Alpha. Again, trying to bring that connection to factory, to our more than factory, our aftermarket world, our over-the-top world that we've developed. So I really think it worked out well. Went with the Kenwood system for the audio video. We kept matching Kenwood speakers throughout. Kenwood backup camera in there. This is the Apple CarPlay variant that the customer wanted. So now he has full freedom. Any one of the family members can chime in and control that through the Apple CarPlay. Again, it's just the little details that make you want to reach for your keys for a Predator-built truck more so than your other vehicle. It's one of your mass-produced Ford, Chevy, Dodge type of thing. Let me get out of this awkward position, looking back, trying to see Jason just chilling there and show you really what he's enjoying. Get out of here. All right, I got Jason out of the seat. Got me back here, checking out the passenger space that is in the back of this wagon. It's awesome. I'm 6'4", got some weight, I got plenty of room, got enough room here for a friend to join. A great fit. I think this is something that I was skeptical on initially, being that my seat height is really close to the leg room, but it's a perfect fit. I feel great. It's something that I could road trip in this thing. Getting to the seats. These are 2 front seats to be repurposed for this rear application, so they have full recline function. Magic Hands Roy did all the foam work, built up the bolsters, all the padding, and revamped all 6 seats. And then went with the treatment with the leather wrap and that Tiffany blue thread that you'll see throughout the Alcantara, from that shoulder line up to the seats all throughout. We did a personalizing with the initials on the headrest on all 6 seats for the wife. It was her car. And we chose a double stitch quilting on the seat inserts, and took that to the door to kind of keep that and bring that all together. So overall, I think it was a bang-up finish. This was a unique twist to our 6-seater. You know, we're speculating off camera there about things we could do, maybe with the next build we could do. I'm picturing this sort of scenario. Jason brought up bringing the 6-seater dropped floor to it. Add that seat notch. You've got yourself theater seating for everyone involved. You know, a lot of the times we're worried about retaining some cargo space, but when we've got the search and rescue roof rack, if you want to put yourself a search and rescue fender well rack there, you've got plenty of storage. Let's make the comfort in your seating area. So this would be a cool format. I'm looking to see where we take this design to this next build. So very cool. Let's cut to some other footage and get me out of here. Alright, well I figured no better place to do the outro than sitting right here in the captain's seat of this vehicle. Thanks for watching the episode. Stoked to show you this truck. Another unique twist that I don't think anyone really saw coming out the pipeline, but here it is. Always pushing that envelope. Looking forward to showing you a bunch of new builds that are coming up. We are crammed in the shop. Stay tuned. Hit that notification, subscription, and get that bell rung so you get all these updated episodes as they come out. Thanks again, guys.